At noon on January 5th, I had read 0 books so far this year. Hey, by January 6th at noon, I have read 2 books. Make sure you check out my previous video to hear my review of book number 1 and stick around to hear what I thought of book number 2. Hi everyone, Rosie here. Welcome back to my channel. The second book of the year that I alluded to was Ducks by Kate Beaton. You'd probably figured that out. You saw the thumbnail, obviously. This is a graphic memoir about the author's experience spending 2 years working in the oil sands in Alberta in and around Fort McMurray. She's from Cape Breton in Nova Scotia, and after doing a history and anthropology degree, she graduated in 2005 and needed a way to pay off her student loans, so she decided to go work in the oil sands, as I said. I have been a fan of her work through her webcomic, Hark a Vagrant, and then the subsequent physical bind-up of that comic that I have enjoyed very much. I picked up Ducks in 2022 or 2023. I don't know, a while ago, not long after it came out, but it's been lingering on my TBR shelf because I don't know if I knew or I suspected that there were going to be certain events that I was hesitant to read about. I was not wrong. There are major content warnings for this book. I will put them in the description down below, so if you want to avoid spoilers, you don't have to look at them, but if you would like to know what those are before you pick it up, you can go check that out. But finally, this Christmas, my dad got it for my younger sister, and they read it in all of Christmas morning. And then 2 days later, I had my mom texting me being like, have you read this? It's so good. So I got FOMO, I finally read it, and yes, there are things that are really horrifying and awful, and as I suspected, but it's quite quick, it's very readable. Beaton tells the story in a way that makes you want to keep reading despite that, which is something I often struggle with in other formats. Definitely give this a go. It is an incredible story. Her experience was, how can you review memoirs in that way, right? Just go read this. Parts of this book made me cry, not necessarily the parts I was worried about and the parts that are the major content warning reasons, but there's a lot of dealing with moving away from home and the need to choose between staying where your family is and where you're from and seeking economic prosperity and jobs that pay well and financial stability and all of that. And well, my migration west has been much less extreme, much less far, much less economically necessary than hers was. It's still something that on certain levels I very much related to and very much felt that, yeah, there is that sort of decision between, do I want to live in the place that I grew up or somewhere that has more job opportunities? I chose to live where I live now. I'm very happy with that choice. I love the life I'm building here. At many points, I've actively chosen to stay here instead of moving back to the Maritimes, but there is still always that nostalgia, that homesickness, right? Especially when it's somewhere that you were a kid and that you're no longer a kid, so you don't have that childhood haze as well. But yeah, definitely some very, very moving scenes in this book. Which is not to mention, of course, all of the incredible commentary on so many other things, which I probably should get into more detail on, but I don't even know how to start summarizing, so I'm just gonna go say, read this book. It's really quick. It looks huge. It looks chunky. It is, but the graphic format is, as I said, a very quick read. I read it in basically one sitting this morning. Just read this, enjoy it, it's incredible. Let me know down below, have you read Ducks? Have you read any of Kate Beaton's other stuff? And does this sound like something you are interested in checking out? I found it absolutely incredible and I really hope that you will add it to your TBR as well. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I hope you have a great day.